about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Bills Stadium in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Detroit Lions. And we are underway in Buffalo. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First down, Hawkins. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Let's make these babies alert.
On play action, Allen. Rager catches it left side.
And Rager.
Past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On second and 9, Allen.
Oh, I'll take it.
Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down.
Watch the screen. My five. Stay with your man.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And he is going to have a Bills first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Flush to his right. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let it
How, bro?
Nope, they won't. Here comes a flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Allen now looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
I think he was at linebacker.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake, trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. So, Charles, you look at this offense. So what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he's able to get in there and make a great play.
And the final number here in terms of the top speed that he hit, absolutely absurd. Next Gen Stats has him at better than 23 miles an hour on that one.
At that 18-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, Sermon. He'll take it from the 18 to the 15.
I would have hit him, bro.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll find Gabriel Davis. Touchdown! Gabriel Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Lions 7, Bills nothing. Jack Fox, the kickoff for the Lions.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Where's 52? Why tight. Excuse the mic. You don't want none. You don't get it. Pick up the ball.
Allen gonna throw. That's complete to John Ross. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Okay.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Throwing on first down is Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. So a first catch for him in the ball game. And you know the scuttlebutt has been he's not getting enough touches, enough catches, not feeling involved enough in the offense. So maybe that can get him going.
You and I both know that there's not a wide receiver alive that ever feels like in any game he got enough touches, even if he got 15, right? We all know that. But there's also not an offensive coordinator alive, a play caller, that isn't smart enough to get the ball to them and often that will keep his position.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
55 is Mike, guys, 55. Now watch one. Mike, 55.
Again, they'll throw with Allen.
Here we go.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 15-yard line.
All day, baby, all day. Five's the mic. Five. Mike 5. I'm coming after you. Mike 5.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Mike 5. Defense.
Fucking cover 4.
Mike 5. Hey, me and you all day.
Here's Allen to throw it.
I'm coming after you.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. The kick by Bass is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Now it's Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws
I
there.
rock that, bro.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. Yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time, offense, they don't want to see the field.
Why you do me like that, man?
They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. Let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over in his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here.
Why did I throw that?
It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. His 10th rushing touchdown now on the year, number 12 overall. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14, Bills 3. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning it, John Ross.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Complete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Allen.
Bro, what am I doing?
Third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
I just sitting in
Picked by
coverage.
Jeff Okudah, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Carlos Basham able to make the play defensively. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. This to the outside, it's Sermon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
On the option to give to Sermon here. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now Allen. This is complete to Hawkins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
It's a good 16 yards.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hawkins. And now the ball's out.
Stop
Fumbled
it.
in midfield. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching hey, we're going to take the ball away from you. No matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Past the 20. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On third down, Wilson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action. Now Wilson. Uncorks one for Davis. It got his. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
Check. Crunch. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at second down. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Throwing again here, Wilson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 41. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right. All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 5. Alert! Hey, they're scared.
Throwing now is Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm coming. Mike 5.
To the air, Allen. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Mike 55. All day, baby, all day. Half in. Check 55 to the mic. Check 55 to the mic.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Lions are going to have it here just past the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hey, check my alert. Watch 55.
On play action, Allen. Flushed out right. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Here's Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. There he goes right side. The 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Lions 27, Bills 3. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now Ross to return.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, number 8's coming. Number 8's Mike. Tight end right. Watch twist.
On play action, Allen. That'll be caught. Rager with it. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Lions 34, Bills 3.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And now here's Ross. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coach. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. The try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a give right side. It's Hawkins, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. They run. Here's Sermon.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sermon, they'll try the left side with him.
Shifts by him. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Ball at a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. 2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Check. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On 1st down, Hawkins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Play action. Now it's Allen. Hauled in over the middle by Rager. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Allen now on 1st down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Romeo Okwara able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Escaping the pressure right.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Strong right. Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down. Mike 5. Alert. Mike 5.
From the gun, it's Allen. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Check 55 to Mike. Pass. Check pass.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
I'm on. Hey, check Mike. Watch 55.
Hey man, watch the boot,
Now Allen, gotta have this one. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Eluding the pressure right. This is caught.
And the Bills are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Mike 5, Mike 5.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Allen to throw once more. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's got it in the end zone. Bit of a surprising call here, down by as many as they are, but the fake works, and they'll get 2 points closer instead of 1.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Sermon.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
On third down, here's Sermon.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. offense ready to go for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. A big offensive explosion.